Hey there, music maker. In today's lesson, we are going to be checking out the melody to the classic swing standard, Right or Wrong. If you're familiar with Bob Wills and his Texas Playboys, this one's actually known as kind of a Western swing tune. It was written in the 1920s, but Bob made it popular in his signature style in the 1930s and 40s with the vocalist Tommy Duncan. And if you're into that style of music, this is one you gotta know. Hey there, music maker. My name's Griffin, and before we dive into today's lesson, if you haven't had a chance, go ahead and hit that subscribe button below and the bell notification button. That way you get notified whenever we upload a new lesson here to the Mandolin Secrets channel. Also, if you're interested in things like tab and PDFs of the sheet music, backing tracks, and access to a community of learners just like you, go ahead and check out that link below in the description to Mandolin Secrets Academy. There you'll find everything you need to know. All right, my friend, today's lesson is all about the simple melody to Right or Wrong. And what do I mean when I say simple melody? Typically, a lot of people, when they learn jazz tunes, they kind of like to lay a foundation for the tune first. We learn a very simple rendition of the melody, kind of as it would be sung by a vocalist. We learn the chord changes, and then we have that foundation so we can kind of stretch ourselves and maybe begin to modify the melody, improvise with the phrasing, etc. Now I'm going to give you two versions of the melody that you can walk away with here today. We're going to start with the straight melody, and then I'll play a second rendition, syncopated. All right, my friend, did you notice any differences between the two interpretations of the tune there? If not, let me break it down for you. The first version of the tune that I played there didn't use any syncopation. So any of the notes that we play in the melody always fall on the numbers as I'm counting through that. And in the second version of the tune I played, most of the time phrases began and ended sometimes on those eighth notes that fall in between the cracks, the ands. Playing with syncopation is kind of a signature move for jazz and swing music, but it might be a little challenging to get those rhythms at first, so that's why I'm going to present you with the straight version of the melody here today, just to help you focus on the left hand and get those notes down, and then you can kind of work up to that syncopated melody if you're having trouble with those rhythms. One thing I want to talk about before we go into looking at the melody and kind of dissecting it is how I attack these notes with the right hand here today. A lot of you probably noticed that I'm using mostly downstrokes when I'm playing this melody. Downstrokes are used to kind of create emphasis and a more punchy articulation on the melody notes that we're phrasing. This was a really common technique used by Django Reinhardt and gypsy jazz guitar players in general, as well as other great swing mandolin players like Tiny Moore, Jethro Burns. So learning to phrase a melody all with downstrokes can be something valuable in terms of creating that kind of sharp, strong, broad articulation. Most of us know that downstrokes are stronger than upstrokes, so that's largely the reason that I'm using them here today. Now there's one spot where I'm using upstrokes here that you might want to check out. That intro phrase, regardless of the straight or the syncopated melody, I'm playing it with some syncopation. All right, now if I count along with that, you'll see where I'm putting those upstrokes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So traditional alternate picking rules tell us that we should do upstrokes anytime we're playing a note on an and or an offbeat. and downstrokes on those strong beats, the numbered ones. I'm adhering to those alternate picking rules for the pickup measure just because it feels a little more comfortable to me, if I'm going to be quite honest. And then for the rest of the tune, I play all with downstrokes. So this is a great opportunity for you to work on your articulation and phrasing with downstrokes. Let's go ahead and dive into this tune. I'm going to show you a quick version of this tune first at 200 beats per minute. And if that's too quick for you, don't worry. You can use that gear icon below to slow things down, or you can wait a few seconds and I'm going to cue up a version of this tune at 100 beats per minute. For now, let's dive into that fast version. All right, my friend, there it is, the fast version of the simple melody to right or wrong. As promised, let's go ahead and dive into that slow version just so you can see exactly what I'm doing in the left and right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, go. All right, there you have it, my friend. The simple melody to right or wrong. As I said at the beginning of this video, this is a great Western swing standard that you've got to know. Before we get out of here today, if you haven't had a chance, hit that subscribe button below and the bell notification button if you enjoyed today's content, and check out that link below in the description to Mandolin Secrets Academy. There you'll find all of the tab, PDFs, sheet music, and a whole load of other goodies. So check out that link below to Mandolin Secrets Academy. Thanks so much for checking this lesson out, my friend. Don't go anywhere, though. We've got a lot of great lessons here on the channel, so stick around for more great content. We'll catch you down the line.